Welcome to the Nightly Rant. I'm Mike.
And I'm Toria.
This is the show where we talk about the awful things that have happened in our day, the awesome things that have happened in our day,
and all the things in between.
Thanks for listening, and we truly hope you enjoy.
Some people, I tell you.
What about them?
There's just... We talk about it all the time. There's so many stupid people in the world. I don't even know... I don't even know what to tell you about that. There's just stupid people in this world.
I feel like the guinea pigs agree.
There's
a lot of stupid people
then people go electing these idiots.
Right?
Who, they hide behind their lies. They act like, they're God's gift to the world. They pretend. In one situation, it's, oh my God, I am so outraged that the judge has put a hold on the eviction of the homeless people. And then a few days later, I am so happy to have been a part of the team that negotiated this settlement from both sides. Either you're pissed about the fact that the whole eviction process got stopped, or you were looking to negotiate. One or the other. It isn't both.
Now I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you who I'm talking about. Her name is Council Member Chris Murray from Anaheim. And this lady...
a raging hypocrite.
She is. And it's like... Okay, so when she started raving and ranting about the eviction process being stopped, we called her out on the fact that, where are you going to put these people? Where are they going to go?
Right.
And then she tried to say, well, they were offered services and they refused the services because they were offered to them and they refused it. And we said, really? How many people was that? And she said, well, unfortunately, the HIPAA violations won't allow us to speak about it. And it's like, really? The HIPAA won't allow you to speak about numbers. But then when it's convenient for you to defend your own viewpoint, you can say, oh, there was 950 people taken off the streets in 4 years.
Right. Because as soon as it's not supporting you, it's...
Well, it's self-serving, and so that's what she's doing. Is she's using information to serve her own needs.
Well, and it's a good thing you're there to point it out, because I feel like there's a lot of people in the world who just wouldn't get it. Wouldn't see through the bullshit.
Well, and I always use my reasonableness meter, and that's Josh. And he seems to agree with my stance on that. And one of the comments I made today to her was, leadership requires transparency. That's why you've failed. And that's what I truly feel. If you want to be a leader, be transparent. Why do you think that I say that when I'm elected to the Board of Supervisors, I'm going to have a monthly night? Let's say it's the fourth Thursday of the month, where the citizens can come and spend time with me and talk to me about what their needs are and what they want. And I can be open and honest with them about what we can and can't do.
I have an off-topic question before we get too far away from your statement. Have you told Josh that he's your reasonableness meter? Because you should.
I probably have. I don't know. But I can't even remember what I was saying.
Oh, you were talking about your monthly meeting.
Oh, and just being transparent. Because that's what a leader does. You think about it. If you're transparent and you're revealing everything that's going on as best you can, I understand there's some things that have to be kept confidential. I get that. But when you're transparent about your motives, like I said to her, you came up with that safe neighborhoods plan or whatever thing you came up with back in September. But there was never a plan attached to it. And I asked questions. What is it you're going to do? What happens if they don't move out of the riverbed? Then what? Where are they going to go from the riverbed? You didn't have an answer for that. It wasn't until the judge came along and said, oh no, You can't evict them unless you find a place for them to stay. And until you do that, I'm going to let them stay right there for as long as they want.
Is she the one that spearheaded the Anaheim state of emergency then?
Yes.
Sweet hell.
And I didn't like her then.
So, the city declares a state of emergency and then accomplishes absolutely nothing until a judge steps in and is like, yo, this isn't okay. You need to fix this now.
Yeah, and he gave them a time limit. He said, if you think this is going to just go on forever and you get to figure out what to do, no, it's not happening.
Right.
And he gave them a deadline. And I mean, he agrees that it's not safe for people to live down there. I agree that it's not safe for people to live down there. But my argument has been, will be, is, and will continue to be, they let this happen. I remember we used to have this friends from church that lived like over near, kind of near the 22 freeway.
Okay.
So, as you neared the 57 freeway, off to the right there was like 5 tents. They were always there. Then over time, the tents moved more towards the Anaheim Stadium area and became like hundreds of tents. And they never said a word about it. They could have at any time. Those people were trespassing.
I would like to know what prompted them to start caring now.
The fact that a bunch of people got pissed off and finally said something.
Well,
Citizens finally did their job.
Why did people in general start caring now? Like, that's the part that I wonder what the trigger was. Like, did some event happen that triggered people to all of a sudden be all pissed off about these people living in the riverbed?
It's I don't know. They just needed the citizens to finally step up and have enough. And, come on. It's exactly as I predicted. I said nothing will really happen until around February or March, and then they'll do something because they want to get reelected or they want to get another person elected. It's just like, who spearheaded all this? Todd Spitzer.
Right.
The guy who is running for district attorney. He wants to look tough on crime. Come on, people. Don't be that stupid to believe that he wanted to do this, because if he'd wanted to do this, he would have done it a long time ago. He's terming out. That means he's been there for 8 years. He was there for the entire... He helped build the goals that included solving homelessness that they just took out of the goal because they're not even close. Things are worse than they were. So come on, people. And unfortunately, the other fool, Rackauckus, he's no better. But in my opinion, probably better than what we would get.
So you're saying it's going to be a choice between the lesser of two dumbasses again?
It's going to be like the presidential election all over again. Exactly.
Woo! Bunch of loons.
It's like, then, like, she comes back with, there was a comment, I'll have to try and find it in a minute, but there was like a comment about all the help that was given to the homeless people, and, how much of them stayed off the streets? No answer.
Oh, the 900 and something people that she said the city of Anaheim.
Yes, exactly. And it's like the straw man arguments that get brought up by these people is just so over the top.
I think what I'm most alarmed by is the fact that she's actually on Facebook responding to you.
Yes.
I find that very alarming.
Like I said, Chris Murray, let's be serious here. The Board of Supervisors in the city of Anaheim both knew this area was protected by a court order. They both knew something needed to be done. The court was waiting for a decision to be made. Well, the Board of Supervisors decided to evict the homeless from the riverbed and did not have proper facilities to send them to. The plaintiffs went to court, and the judge agreed that this was wrong. He instructed the Board of Supervisors to come up with a plan and would involve shelter for those people. It wasn't until that time, as Josh Eisman has stated, that a decision was made. You can't call it a decision because they were forced to do what they finally did. Why wasn't this what was done before starting the evictions? Why didn't the county dig into its $900 million that it's holding to fix this problem? How come they are so inept they can't make a simple decision without a judge forcing them to do so? That's reality here. Then she comes back and she says, Josh tells her that, do you think that maybe it's possible that some of these people I was saying you missed and did not offer help are some of the same people you now assume are coming from elsewhere? And both sides compromising is forced action. You on February 17th were expressing frustration that the evictions were being ordered to be stopped. Now you call that same action coming together. That's what I find funny. Because it is. And she says, you and I will have to respectfully disagree. I was there all day in court. That is not what happened. And I said, well, let's clarify a few things. Are you saying you didn't express frustration on 2/17 that the evictions were stopped? Are you saying the judge was not unhappy with the county? Are you saying this was the plan all along to provide hotel vouchers? Well, if you answer yes to number 3, you're going to need to provide the proof. And if you answer no, you've proven our point. Inept leadership, your own included, is why this is such a mess. Each of you should be recalled for your inability to make basic decisions regarding human lives. You yourself set forth a, quote, plan, end quote, several months ago. But the plan had no details at all. None. You should be ashamed of yourself. And then she comes back with, the plan the city adopted in September, Operation Home Safe, helped nearly 255 people find shelter and services, and the Joint Law Enforcement Task Force led to the arrest of several hundred more for criminal felonies, mostly crimes against the homeless. The city of Anaheim and CityNet have helped more than 950 since 2014 find shelter and out of the streets. Please share how many people you have helped. I didn't say what you listed in those points, and I'm not going to argue with you. I was there. I heard firsthand what the judge said, and I walked with him for 5 hours the next day with plaintiffs' attorneys and county counsel. You can attack me and anyone else you want. It won't change the facts. So hold on. Hold on. Operation Home Safe, which is Anaheim City,
Right.
helped get 255 people shelter since September, according to her numbers.
Right, but only 900.
And then several hundred others were arrested, but 950 in 4 years. So you take 950 and you subtract out 255, and you have 695. In 4 years, they have helped 695 people. There are 5,000 fucking homeless people in this county, and they've helped less than 10%? And she wants to crow about that on Facebook?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's moronic. What an idiot. Like, really? Maybe you shouldn't be on social media because you just fucking contradict yourself left, right, and sideways. That's the truth.
I agree with you.
I almost feel like moving to Anaheim just to run against you. And you know what? I've decided that you shouldn't even bother to run. You should just stop. You think you're such a great homeless advocate? Go be one. And here's another thing we've decided. For a little while now, until the election is over, we're going to have bonus content on a Saturday. And we're going to affectionately name it Supervisor Saturday. Because the supervisor's race is going to be the target of that bonus content. And for those of you really interested in how I really feel about the issues, well, tune in on Supervisor Saturday.
It's going to be all you.
Because I have a lot to say just like tonight. And it's a similar topic. So hey, if you've enjoyed this episode even a teeny tiny bit, you will love the other episode. What do you have to say about all this, woman?
I think these people are maroons. And that they really have no common sense or brain when they think about this issue. I'm sure some of them have a brain on other issues, but they certainly don't on this one.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's just nuts. I don't get it. I guess the part I don't get is how she thinks that she's done something.
I verified with a news source that she actually was at the riverbed with the judge, though.
I knew that.
I figured she was probably lying to you. Everything else she said was bullshit, so why not that too? And I would have thought it was funny if I found information that said she wasn't there.
It's like, no, I knew she was there. Because, I mean, it's in the city of Anaheim. Of course she has to have her big face out there to show the world that she's fighting for their community.
What's interesting is the news article did not say there was anybody from Fountain Valley there.
Well, why would there be? It's not a Fountain Valley issue anymore.
Oh, because they emptied out their piece of the riverbed. You'd think they'd still want a piece of it, but whatever.
But, I don't know. I'm thinking that, now her claim is that people are, what's the word I'm trying to say? They're sneaking in there and they're trying to claim the vouchers.
I know. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
I mean, if that's the case, then that's just more inept leadership, because they should have realized that, hey, we probably shouldn't announce this until we do something to identify who the people are that are there, so that only those people get the assistance that we're spending money on.
Well, let's be real now. The people coming into the riverbed just to get the services, and I'm making a whole lot of finger quotes right now, because all of you can't see them, are probably the people that they already chased out against the judge's orders.
Yeah, more than likely. So, I don't know. I think that they don't care. It's taxpayers' money. So why do they care what happens with it?
Because they want to get reelected. Well, I don't know why she cares. She doesn't want to get reelected, but the rest of them do.
It's just, I don't know what her deal is.
She's a loon?
I had heard that she was going to run for the 4th District Supervisor seat.
Isn't that the other half of Point of
Yeah,
Park?
but it's I looked and she's not registered.
Or hasn't yet?
Well, yeah, it's getting kind of late though, so.
And February 22nd?
Yeah.
Is the last day to register?
Yeah.
It's Thursday.
Well, if you don't have anything else left to say, I'm tired after ranting.
Tonight was all about your rant.
Well,
it's all good.
You guys should go look at the Chris Murray Anaheim City Council Facebook page, and you'll find this discussion there, and it's quite interesting.
Yeah, I looked at it earlier because now it's showing up in my newsfeed on Facebook.
Oh, yeah?
Well, because you commented, and you're my friend on Facebook. I don't know why, though. It's not like I know you or anything.
Yeah, well. Anyway, time to wrap it up, I guess. Looks like Yogi needs his nails trimmed.
Yeah, he just bit me. Because I tried to trim his nails.
Silly dog.
Anyway, happy Monday, everyone. Good night.
Hasta la bye-bye.
Hey, this is Mike, and I just wanted to tell you that if you enjoyed the show, and I truly hope you did, you can subscribe on iTunes or Google Play and not miss a single episode. But if you happened to miss an episode and you didn't find it on Google Play or iTunes for some reason, you could go to our website, which is theNightlyRant.wordpress.com.